Hello, my foxlings. Get ready with me in character while I do the Q&A. So I had done some questions on YouTube and on my Instagram for a little bit of time, and I also did a Google form, where people could ask questions. And I asked them specific questions like characters that were favorites, characters that they wanted to see. And I meant to do this a lot earlier in the year, so a lot of the information isn't as accurate as it could be. So that's going to be a warning. So for which characters are your favorite? So far 13 people have answered. So that's the numbers we're going off of. For favorites, the top one was Dahlia, which actually makes me really happy because Dahlia is basically me if I was a princess. Like in a magical fantasy world. So that makes me really happy, and that didn't happen. And then next is, would be Asteria and Violet. They're the second place for favorites. Asteria makes me also happy because she got a really big update recently, which really made me happy. She is one of my favorite characters. She was one of the first ones that I created when I started my channel, but didn't really show her the way I wanted to. So when people say that they like her, that makes my favorite. Violet is a little bit more surprising considering how new she is and how little people have seen of her. But yeah. And I will be showing a lot more of Violet at some point. I have some videos in my drafts of Violet that I'm not showing just yet, but they're there. It's not a new look for her, it's just a basic thing for a different character that she's connected to. Okay. Then after that, let's see. Oh, okay, so there are 4 for third place is Soliel, Elorna, the Ancient Violet Dragon, and Farfelia. Let's see, which one is first? Soliel. Soliel, when I first showed her, was a lot more in, like, depth, closer to what I wanted her to look like, versus Dahlia when I first showed them. But now Dahlia is closer because I've done her more recently. Let's see. Soliel has a pretty big story, as does Dahlia. And Soliel has a bunch of different looks that I'm still trying to figure out how they should look. So, Soliel is pretty cool. I like her. I accidentally clicked out of it. I don't know where it went. Okay. Let's see. Who's next? Ooh, Elorna, the Fox Queen. I also have more to show for Elorna. I am currently in the middle of writing the script for her story, so that's going to be shown pretty soon. I really like her. She is the character that is the reason why I call you guys Foxlings, because she calls her people Foxlings. The Ancient Violet Dragon. I'm surprised with how many people liked her, considering that I've only shown the silhouette for her. I have filmed content with her pretty recently. I just need to post it, which I will do this July because it's Dragon July. So yeah. Farfelia. Farfelia is a really cool character. I don't know how much I can talk on her, but I do know that I created her a while back, actually. It's probably 5th grade, 6th grade when I first created her, and she is my rainbow butterfly fairy thing. But I really like her. She's a really comforting character. Her look, she does not look like how I showed her. I'm gonna keep the white dress or maybe get a different white dress. But she looks a lot different. It's really hard to try to portray her because she has rainbow wings and rainbow eyes. But I'm really happy with how many people like Farfelia, considering a lot of the videos I showed were just tests, and also how much hate she got for the editing. I don't know. And then after that, so for, what was that? fourth place. For favorites, we have Nyx, Melantha, Solanine, Kvaris, She Who Controls the Storm, aka River, and Mariposa. Okay, there's a lot to go over here, so let's get started. Let's see. So, Nyx, I'm surprised that 4 people voted for her favorite, considering she only has one video that's actually cosplay, and all of the rest are like when I still did gacha, so I'm really surprised with how many people liked her. She does have a story. It's really cool. I don't remember the name of it right now. I think it's like Stars and Shadows. It's a really cool story. So I'm actually really excited to show it, even though I haven't started writing it. Okay. Next is Melantha. Melantha is my spirit of Halloween, so she's gonna show up every year, because it's Halloween. She sometimes will show up in the summer, I think usually August, because of Summerween, which I personally want to try to celebrate more because I love Halloween, and I'm usually really busy during the Halloween season, so I can't do it. Believe it or not, she actually does have a story. It's a really cool story. It's a 2-part story. I said story a lot. How many times can I say story? Anyways, it's 2 parts. She has like her origin, how she became a ghost, and then how she became the ghost of Halloween. So it's a really cool story, and I'm not gonna spoil that actually. But yeah, I really like her. She's really cool. She's one of the first few that I showed because of Halloween being when I started doing the cosplay stuff. So, anything else I can say? I don't think so. Okay, who did I just talk about? Melantha? Which means Solanine is next. Solanine is my beloved. I love her so much. My Instagram knows how much I love her because she has her own, like, group for the stories. Every time I post her, I love her that much. I can't talk about her too much because of the story that she's associated with. But I love her. I'm glad that people like her. I wish she was a little bit higher up, but then again, when I did this, I hadn't shown her much, and she hadn't looked how I wanted her to look. She looks a lot closer the last time I showed her, but still not quite there. So yeah. And then Kvaris. I keep thinking about Kvaris recently, just for like no reason other than, character. And I do really want to bring her back. And I will at some point. I just don't have the resources to do that right now. So, that's all I'm going to speak on for that. But she is a really, really cool character. I think she's really unique. There isn't a lot out there that's like her. So, I like her. She Who Controls the Storm, also known as River. Spelled not like river, but really weird. I've only showed her once. I may or may not show her again. I don't know. But yeah, she plays the flute to summon a storm, which can, attack her foes, protect the ones that she loves, this, that, the other thing. Really cool. The only problem is now it actually kind of hurts to play flute, because I was playing for so long for a lot of different reasons. So it's a little harder to do that now, but yeah. Oh, last. Well, not last, you know what I mean. In this group is Mariposa. I love Mariposa. She is so cutesy, so silly, so funny. And yeah, she is Malvia's second in command. She's the blue fairy. Yeah. That's really all I can say right now. She has a part in a story, but considering I haven't started writing the story, surprise to no one, I can't talk on her that much because I don't have it. But, yeah. Okay, I don't remember what place we're on at this point. I'm just going by how many people have voted. So then after that would be Jingle, Anira, Diasia, yes, Songwalker, Malvia, Talvetris, Nafina, Rose, Thalassia, Solstice, and Riolune. There's a lot more, so buckle up, Buttercups. Well, I'm going to be talking about this for probably a while. Okay. I think we're going to talk about Jingle first. I'm trying to go in order. So, Jingle, she is my very silly, very fun spirit of Christmas. I just wanted to have a, like, spirit for every... The only word that's coming out is Halloween, but the word I'm talking about is holiday. I wanted to have a spirit for every holiday, so that's why we have Jingle and Melantha, and Anira, who I'm going to talk about also. I'm really tired. Sorry. Okay. Let's see. Yes, Jingle is the spirit of Christmas. She's super fun. She's super silly. She's also pretty comforting because not everyone can have a nice Christmas. And I'm not talking about the people who don't celebrate Christmas. That's something separate. That's just different beliefs. Probably need lunch. That's probably what I need. Anyways, so yeah, her look, like Melantha's, is gonna change throughout the years, just based off of what materials I have, what clothes I have on me, how much makeup I feel like putting on. Yeah. I actually liked Jingle's look when I first did it. The only thing I didn't like was the corset wasn't tight enough. It was way too big. I need to be doing my makeup. That's what I need to be doing. What was I saying? I don't remember. Okay, anyways, Anira. Anira is my, what's it called? My, like, snow winter spirit, also known as the Owl of the Mountain. She is a really cool character. I really like her. I want her to be more unique than what she is. Like, I really like her, but there's something that's not quite there. Also, I'm sorry that I keep adjusting my ponytail. My hairband isn't quite tight enough, so my hair keeps falling. But yeah, I like Anira. I want to give her, like, a different look, and I have something in mind, but I don't know how I'm going to accomplish that, so we'll see. Diasia. Diasia is next, on this list. I'm a little disappointed that not as many people like her, and you can tell that when you look at the views for the videos of Diasia. It's a lot lower than if I had posted, like, a different character, so that does make me a little sad, but I love Diasia. She is, again, one of the first characters that I showed when I first started doing the cosplays. She's really cool. She's really ethereal and, like, comforting. And, yeah, I really love her. She's really cool. And her name is really unique because it has a combination of, Dia, which is Sanskrit for lamp, if I remember correctly, and then the play on the word dia in day in Spanish. And then, yeah, so I said that her name is the play on the phrase, see the light of day, or see the dying light of day. I don't remember which one it was, but it was that. Let's see. The Songwalker is next. The Songwalker is a really cool character that I really like. She doesn't have magic. Like, she wasn't born with magic. She doesn't have magic by herself, but she has a form of magic. I don't know how to describe it. There's a specific type of character archetype that is, that I just haven't named yet, and I need to do that. But she's really cool. I want to bring her back, but because I have a green screen, I can't do the green outfit, so I want to give her something new. And I really like her, but I feel like she's too similar to a creator that I like, one of her characters, but I want it to be different. So there's that. But I really like her. She's really cool. She has a pretty interesting story. And she has a name. Believe it or not, she's not just the Songwalker. She has a name, but I'm not revealing it yet because it's actually my nickname, like my actual, like, name. So that's why I'm not revealing it yet. And I'm probably not going to reveal it for a while. Okay. Who is next? I just talked about... Oh, Malvia! Malvia. So in my most recent lore drop video, I actually shared a really interesting lore drop about Malvia. And I'm going to do a separate long form video, like, at the end of a year. To, like, go over all of the lore drops that I've done. So, I'm not gonna spill that. But I really, really like I like a lot of my characters, but that's not a shock to anyone. But she's really cool. I really like how she looks, especially now. Her first look was kind of iffy. I didn't like how I tried to do the dress, but I really like her. She's really cool. She has a lot of really cool, like, information that's attached to her, and she has a really cool story. It's kind of tragic. She also has a 2-part story. Like many characters, they'll have a, story on how they came to be, like, and then a story that's actually their life. I don't know how to describe it, but, yeah. Again, at some point I'm going to go more into depth. If you want to know more about my characters, watch the Get to Know My Character video. I talk more in depth about who they are, what they do, all that jazz. Okay. Who's next? I already forgot. Oh, Telvetris. Yet another character that I've showed, but not really showed in full. I have some drafts, that are still waiting to be showed. That's more about Telvetris. I want to change her look a little bit because people are getting her confused with Asteria, and they are in fact 2 different characters, and I don't want people to get them confused. But I really like her. She also has a really tragic backstory. I think her story is in 3 parts. I don't remember, but I really like her. She's really cool. I love the red in the front with, like, the black, the dark hair. Yeah. She's really cool. I think I also shared a really cool lore drop fact about her. I don't remember. Okay. I just talked about her. Come back. No, I can't find it. Okay. Okay, next is Nafina, who I am actually getting ready as right now. There is definitely more to Nafina's story, which is why I am going to go film more for that. She's really cool. She's a dragon of water and wealth. And she actually has her own story. But it's actually more like, an origin story for another character. So, yeah. I really like her. She's really cool. She's really, I don't know how to describe it, but, like, badass. Because it's like, she can create, but she can also destroy. Sorry, there's a piece of fuzz. But yeah, I really like her design. I feel like there aren't many 2-element dragons that aren't split. Like, I see a lot of people that have, like, a half and half. Like, water, ice, earth, air, stuff, like, something like that. I'm saying this even though I want to have an earth and wind dragon. But I like it when a dragon has 2 elements, but they can use them, like, as one. Like, she's water and wealth, so she's, like, I have a lore video for dragons that I'm gonna post, how dragons get to be dragons, like, with their magic. And some of them I haven't even made yet, but her magic is from, like, the earth and the water, but she can use them both in her own way. Anyways, I need to stop talking about her, because I've been talking for almost 20 minutes, and I am still on the first question. I'm just gonna speed run this at this point. Rose is next. I really like her. She's really cool. Thalasia, I need to update her look, but she's really cool. Solstice is next. Lune. And then people who only vote... Oh, wait, Larea. She's not in it. 2 people voted for her. Larea is really cool. I really wish I could update her look, but I don't have the stuff for it. And then Adalia, Abigail, and Romer are all in last place with 1 vote each. I'm, like, almost done with my makeup, and we're just now getting to the second question. So, I'm just gonna go with, the characters that got the most votes for this one. I asked, which characters do you want to see most of? People want to see more of Nyx, the Songwalker, and She Who Controls the Storm, because I've showed them the least, that makes sense. And then Melantha, Asteria, I have showed Asteria more. Melantha's gonna get her own screen time in October. Farfelia and the Ancient Violet Dragon are next. Farfelia, I don't think I'm going to show for a while, but the Ancient Violet Dragon I'm going to show very soon. Who's next? And then I think it's Diasia, who I've literally just showed. I just did a live with her not that long ago. And I have a ton more videos in my drafts with her. What else? And then Solanine. I'm definitely going to show more of her. I love her. Alorna Wen. Again, I have another story for her. Violet. You're going to see her soon. Riolune. Probably not going to see for a while. And then next is Malvia, Soleil, Talvetris, Rose, Larea, Solstice. Only one of those is going to get shown soon. And then after that, it's Jingle, Anira, Kavaris, Nafina. I'm going to show Nafina. Romero, Mariposa. Yeah, and then no one voted for Dahlia. I think it's because right after I did this, I just did a live, so people had just recently seen her. No one voted for Dahlia, no one voted for Abigail, no one voted for Thalassia. Okay, now I can actually start to get into actual questions. I asked any new type of characters that people want to see, and someone said maybe a fire dragon or a seasonal... Yeah, fire dragon or a seasonal dragon. I have a fire dragon, like, in drafts waiting to be showed. Not drafts, but, like, I have a design for a fire dragon, and I might do a seasonal dragon. Actually, I have to do something really quick. Okay. And that same person also said, ooh, or an abandoned fairy. I actually have a character that is like, what's it called? Like an creative thought and then abandoned thought. And maybe I'll make it so that that character is the fairy of abandoned thoughts. So yeah. Next person said, siren. I actually do have a siren. That's what Thalassia is. So that's not very new. But I do have a siren, and I probably will have a couple more sirens. I know I have a mermaid that I want to show. Is that even visible? A little bit. But yeah. And then, oh, I actually can't answer the next one because the person went MIA on the internet. But the next one is a goddess of the eclipse or lunar eclipse. And said only if that fits with your lore, though. I want to do this. I really do, because I love, like, the eclipse and how it looks. They're really pretty. I will have to see, though, how it fits in. I know I have a character that is, like, the goddess of sun and moon, but not quite eclipse. We're going to do the arm later. I'm talking to myself at this point, sorry. Okay. And then someone just said goddesses. I've kind of already established some of those, so that's not very new. Evil/villain. I know I have evil characters and villain characters, but not specifically just that. Not like in hero, villain. I don't have that kind of stuff yet. So I definitely think I do want to do one of those at some point, because, I mean, how cool would that be to have, like, a hero character and a villain character? Oh, yeah, so, I think the same person answered this twice. It says defo, an evil fairy, or an abandoned fairy, or more dragons. The funniest part is, I don't even remember half of these answers, and I've already done, like, more dragons, and, like, this entire month is dedicated to dragons. It's Dragon July, guys. So, yeah. I love characters themed around Greek gods or goddesses, like their powers or what they rule over. I think they're really cool. Don't know if that answers that, but, I know I want to do, like, a take on Hestia, because I really like her. She's, like, in the Percy Jackson series and in Greek mythology, she's, like, one of the few that didn't mess with mortals' lives, so I like her. It says maybe, like, a phoenix, and that's the last one. I want to do a phoenix. I have some ideas. Wait a second. I've done a phoenix. Crimson is a phoenix. I kind of want to make a phoenix named Dragon in honor of the dragon named Phoenix by Crazy K, because, I don't know, I feel like that... irony would be really funny. Okay. Now here are the actual Q&A question. Okay. I said any questions for me regarding channel and characters. And I'm not going to be asking questions like that are super intrusive, because that feels like a pretty big duh. Anyways, let's see. How many characters do you have in total? Let me actually check my list. I have a list on Google Docs that's all of my like characters released and unreleased, and it's not even full. It's called my full character list, but it's not even full because I have some characters that I've thought of but haven't written down. According to this, I have 112. So yeah. So, roughly 112 characters. Oh, I just accidentally skipped one. Anyways, it says, in all caps, who are Malvia's parents? I actually already answered that. Teehee. I'm not going to say it here in case people haven't watched the video or haven't read the lore drop, but, we've actually seen Malvia's parents. And, yeah. Anyways. Oh, this is a 3-part question. So I'm trying to lock in at the same time. Okay, so the first one was, who is the first OC you created? That one's a little harder to answer because I don't exactly remember, but the first OC that I created was probably Brianna, my fire fairy princess. I have the book around here somewhere. That was probably the first one that I created, at least that I remember. I know I have another one that I created probably around that same time. But I don't remember if it was before or after. And then, can we make edits of you or my characters? So me or my characters? Yes. I would love to see edits that you people make of my people. I already started a playlist because someone made an edit of, like, Diasia and some of my other characters yesterday. And I would love to see what people do as edits. I think that would be really, really cool. And then the third one is, how many realms are there? Are any of them neighbors in the same realm or just another town in that realm? Let me think. That's actually a really hard question because so far, I don't know. Like, there are a lot of... That's not even going to show up. Like, there are a lot of, like, realms and places, but I don't know. Like, I know that there are some kingdoms that are right next to each other, like, the Woodland Kingdom and the Golden Sands are right next to each other. That's not a mirror. So there's that. I would have to make a list of all of my realms, which I don't have at the moment. So all I know is that there are a lot of realms, a lot of worlds. There's also a lot of different worlds and a lot of different timelines. And that's all I'm going to say. I'm going to leave it at that. Oh, who is my first character? Oh, there's a lot of questions in this one, so I'm gonna... This is not staying open. But yeah, the first question was, who is your first character? Again, I'm gonna go, I think, with Brianna Agni, because I'm like 90% sure she's the first character I ever created. So yeah. Let's see, the next question is, which character are you most secretive about their story? I'm pretty much secretive about any character's story I haven't finished. But I'm not talking about Solanine's story, mainly because I don't have it finished, but also because there's a lot of parts that I want to surprise people with. And it's kind of hard to surprise people if they already know the story. So, yeah. Are other storm protectors dead or missing? So there are other storm protectors. I think one of them's name is Tempest. I haven't showed, obviously, but I have created. And from what we know, all of the other protectors are dead. The only one that survived was Talvetris, and Asteria is a different generation. And she was born as a human. So, take that as you will. And stick to my face, please. And then someone said, is the garden, I think it was a garden, but I could have misheard, of foxes an actual garden, or is it more of a woods or kingdom? And if it is an actual garden, is it attached to a house, estate, or castle of any kind? Okay, so I just dropped a face gem, and I have no idea where it went. It disappeared. But the Garden of Foxes is not a garden. That's just what it's called. And it is, like, in the clearing of the Forest of Imagination, which I've also called the Imagine Forest. So, there's that. There's a lot more to the story that I wasn't, like, talking about because I didn't want to spoil anything from it. But there is going to be more information about the story very soon. I just need to, like, film it. Well, what's my favorite part of getting ready to film? Probably the makeup when it's really close to being finished, because then I can see that character come to life. And it's really nice getting to see a character in my mind, draw it out, see how I want it to look, and then actually see it come to life. That might be my favorite part. Oh, whoop, jump scare. She's bald, and she's torturing people who have hair. My least favorite part of getting ready to film. Probably whenever I have a character that I really like, and then I finish all of the material that I have, and then I realize, wait a second, I'm done. I have nothing left, and now I have to get out. So yeah, either getting out of cosplay, especially when I put on, like, really heavy makeup and it doesn't come off. Like, I know for Asteria, my least favorite part was trying to wash it off, because A, I really like the makeup look, but also because, it stains my face pink. The purple dot, the purple face paint that I used literally stains my face pink, and it took a few days to come out, so I don't like it when my face gets stained. But yeah, let's see. Any new stories coming soon? So many. Well, I guess some of these aren't new particularly. They're old, but they're new. We'll just go with that. So yeah, definitely a whole bunch are coming soon. Right now I'm getting ready to film one. I have another one in the works that I've started doing the costuming for. So yeah. Okay, I'm disappointed in this person. They didn't have to answer, nothing was required, and they said, I don't really have any questions. If you don't have any questions, then don't do the form. Anyways. Okay, so that one's long. I'm gonna do the short one first. It says, how did you come up with the names? It depends. Like, Brianna, I named after one of my friends at the time that I really liked. So, boom, Brianna. Solanine, I went to look up, like, dark academia, gothic kind of names, and Solanine came up. And I thought it was the name of a poison in nightshades. But I thought it was nightshade. Turns out it's a chemical compound in nightshades, as in potatoes. And some of them, I'll just, like, take random words and combine them. Like, I know Farfellia and Mariposa, I think they just mean butterfly in a different language. Nafina, actually, one of my friends helped me name. It wasn't originally going to be Safina, like sapphire, which I also really liked, considering how nice Nafina looks in blue. But it turned into Nafina, which I really liked, and I just kept it. It really depends. Sometimes Pinterest is my best friend. Sometimes the Google is my best friend. Diasia, again, I looked up, like, day names and then combined a bunch. And then when's my birthday? I posted it. It's, like, early May. I already posted, a short for that. 2 shorts, actually. This is gonna take a while. I have to unbraid all of these from when I tried to brush out my wig, so Let's hope it doesn't get tangled while I'm sitting here. Anyways. Okay, I'm gonna do that one and then the other one. It says, are the foxes fae, F-A-Y, or fairies, or fae, F-A-E, or are they their own thing together? This one has a lot of questions in it. So the foxes are... So a Lornawen is a type of wild fae, and I need to do a video on this, because there are a bunch of different types of fae, fairies, stuff like that. Like, elves are fae, but they're considered high fae. And then, yeah. And it's, yeah. So they are wild fae. They're not fairies, they're closer to, like, fae. They are creatures of the forest, that have connections with nature, and they will often take forms of animals, or, like, plants. Where is it? Does Solanine have a sister? Yes, she does. I kind of teased at it once or twice. So, yeah. What is Farfelia the princess of? Ooh, okay. So, in her story, it doesn't really say what she's the princess of, but she doesn't become princess without help. I don't know how to describe it. But she does have a pretty cool story. I keep saying that, like, oh, these characters have stories, but I haven't shown them, which is true. But yeah, I'm just gonna say she becomes the princess of a desert kingdom, but it's not the Golden Sands. Is the terror of the hunters and a lot of characters' backstories over, or is it still happening? So because there are a lot of stories that are taken at different times, it depends. Like, there have been some eras of peace where there are no hunters, and some eras where every fairy and fae have to deal with the hunters. It just really depends. Also, like, regionally as well. Regionally, time, like, it has to... So, in some character stories, they don't have to deal with the hunters anymore. Like, at the end of Dahlia and Soliel's story, the fairy don't have to deal with hunters because there was a pact, like a deal made between Soliel and Dahlia, between their kingdoms, that people from one kingdom cannot hurt the other, and it's the same both ways. So people can't be hunted. The humans can't hunt the faes for that anymore. But in some where they don't have that rules, it just depends. So it's kind of hard to describe it, but yes and no. Is Rose powerless and wingless, or just wingless? And if both, was she born powerless, or was that taken away along with her wings by hunters? That's a lot. Rose was born with wings. She was born with pink wings, pink butterfly wings. And she still has a little bit of magic. Yeah. There's actually something really cool with Rose's, like, not having wings. Because there's one other character, fairy character, who also doesn't have wings, but still has magic. I'm gonna need to brush that out. And there's actually something I've been keeping from you guys in regards to Rose's story, but I'm not gonna tell you because, you know, haha. Okay. Yes, it's blood. And then, who is the oldest character as an age in their story? So it's probably gonna be one of the dragons or one of the, like, god characters. There is one character that is, like, 125, but I still don't know if that's canon or not. So yeah, it's probably gonna be either, Nafina, because she's an ancient dragon, or, what's it called? Loianthe, who's also an ancient dragon. I think the oldest characters are gods or dragons. So, why do I keep ending my sentences with so? Okay, anyways, let me put this on. No, we're gonna go this way. Much better. Can't see them as well, but that's okay. Okay, let's see. This is the last one. It's also kind of long, but that's going to be okay because I like reading what people have to say. 1 second. I have to restart. Okay, so this is the last one. It says, "Hi, I just want to say you are awesome. I only found your channel recently, but I am all with what you do and make. On to question." That's actually really sweet. I don't know why I just continued without saying anything, but that's really sweet, and it makes me really happy seeing how people like what I do. With your characters and worlds, how do you make names for them? Worlds are a little bit different than just, like, character names. But as I mentioned earlier, I name my characters just, like, kind of randomly. It's like, if I want them to have a certain vibe, I'll go onto Pinterest and look up words that mean... Wait, no. When I go onto Google, I'll look up words that mean this. But when it's on Pinterest, I have a specific, like, board. And for worlds, usually I'll do... Actually, I don't know. I'll usually name them based off of a named character. And if I don't, then I don't know. So yeah. Cannot see. Oh, it says, "Second, I want to ask with your characters, I'd love to hear about some of their backstories we haven't seen yet. For some of your other characters, because they're all so cool, and I think I'd like to get to know my character short with a specific character would be cool." Okay. So I do have some shorts that are the get to know my characters. I just haven't been able to do a ton because the characters that I have been doing recently, I either forget to film that part or I just don't feel like doing it. So at some point, everyone's going to learn every character because I have more to share. And then, wait, I've already answered that. Okay. I need to switch devices to find the questions that I asked from YouTube, and I'll be right back. Okay. The first one is, where do you get your ideas from? Weird dreams I've had. I'll see something pretty, like the sunset, and go, I want to make a character based off that. So I do. There's a lot of different places where I get my ideas, but it's usually from, like, my brain. It's always from my brain. But it can be influenced by, like, nature or things I see, like plants. Or, like, I actually did read this, some of the questions, like, a while ago. And the only one that I remember seeing and going, I should do something was, who are Malvia's parents? And so that's why I created one of the characters, because I wanted to be able to answer that. Let's see, what's the next one? Okay. The next one is, what is something super specific you wanted to share but couldn't because no one asked? Oh, I feel like I've had a lot of things that I've wanted to share but haven't. But now I don't remember. Oh, that's not gonna work. Okay. I got it situated, and now it turned off. Okay, let's see. Yeah. I don't remember if there was anything super specific that I wanted to share, because at this point I have forgotten. But yeah, how do you keep track of your characters and stories? Mostly Google Docs. I have a ton of docs in Google Docs. How many times can I say docs? But, like, let's see. I have an entire Google Doc that is entirely for all of my characters. And that's my full character list. But then I also have, like, a bunch of unfinished Google Docs that are their stories. Would you ever consider making someone else's story? Like, if someone was like, hey, can you make this, like, short video? I want to see how it'll look. Maybe. But it's also hard because I want people to be able to create their own stories without, like, someone else stealing it. Like, I don't want to create something and then go, ooh, I like it, and then take something that isn't mine. And then someone said, do you have any fave creators? I have so many. I am subscribed to probably, like, 400 people. I know that some of my favorites are, like, This is random. Delightful. I used to watch her videos all the time. I love Crazy K. I love Christopher Larkin. I know it's technically for Hollow Knight, but I still love his music. I have so many favorite creators, like, so many. I don't know if artists count, like musical artists, but I love Adele. I love Paris Paloma. Yeah, those are my two favorites right now. It is an effort to try to pin all this together. Anyways, do you have any tips on how to make more characters when you have used every theme you can think of? Go outside, take a look at something, go, I'm gonna make a character based off of that robin, or based off of that tree, or, I don't know. Or, this might help, make like an AU, an alternate universe of that character. Make it like, it's that character, but it's something different. Yeah. What characters helped you at your lowest? I have multiple answers, actually, for this. So, again, why do I keep ending my sentences with so? But yeah, I definitely know that, Brianna was created in a time when I was being bullied a lot, and, like, the teachers were really not helping. So Brianna was the first one to help me, and then Solanine is the next one. When I first created her, I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna do it something fun, it's gonna be great. But then that same year that I created her, I faced a lot of, like, again, bullying, and also, like, a lot of abandonment from people who were supposed to be my friends. And then, like, after that, again, more bullying from people, especially from, like, people who were supposed to be my friends, they were supposed to support me, and instead they were not. So, Brianna was the first, Solanine is the most recent, and also the one that I go to for help, and that is my symbol of comfort. Oh, okay, and then I thought I had 2 more questions, but it's just the same questions from the poll. So, I think I had other questions, from Instagram, but I don't remember where I put them. So, I think that's it. I think that's all the questions. I will probably do another one of these, in the future with more questions, but if you have any more questions for me, let me know in the comments of this video, and if you managed to make it this whole time, I'm proud of you, and also reply with a blue heart. So, I love you guys. I hope to see you very soon.